Hi everyone, welcome to the astrological love readings for the month of August. Just to let you know that the readings are going to be slightly different, only very slightly from now on, in that it will be a masculine and feminine on both sides for your astrological sign. Sun, moon, or rising, or whatever you want to check in terms of your own chart. So what does that mean, the masculine and the feminine? So yes, masculine, very often masculine represented by the male, feminine represented by the female. I will be using those terms. Very often, yes, that is how it's kind of represented. It's not always that simple though. Sometimes you might be female and the masculine energy might be working through you. Sometimes you might be male and the feminine energy is working through you. Essentially, it's not really assigned to gender or sexuality. So always use your intuition, always, with everything. What resonates with you is for you, what doesn't isn't. But I would also invite you to explore things that you don't feel are true. Just explore them, see how maybe they could feel true to you. But always go with what feels right to you in your heart and your intuition. Also, we are all masculine and feminine. So watch the reading and be interested into how the two energies are interplaying within you. You can watch the reading and kind of see how your masculine and your feminine is just playing out with you, and how's that interplaying in your relationships or your relationship with yourself. Don't get too kind of complex with it, but it really is just broaden. Sometimes it's helpful to just broaden the way we're looking at things and get the messages that way. But essentially, yes, very often it will be just, masculine is represented by a male, feminine represented by a female, and you can just kind of go down that road, but it's not always that simple. All right then, on with the readings. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please share with people that you feel this would be helpful to. This is all about living love with one another and living in harmony. And do comment, and I appreciate your support. Lots and lots of love. And there will be a monthly general masculine and feminine reading and weekly general masculine and feminine readings available to buy on Vimeo. So that will be alongside these astrological masculine and feminine readings. Lots of love. On with the reading. Hi Taurus, really, really good to see you. Welcome to your reading for August 2016. Hope you had a great July. August is going to be wonderful. I can feel it. Let's see what's going on for masculine and feminine sides for Taurus for August 2016. Great, so bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles. This feels like an earth sign. So that's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Feels like an earth sign energy, but it doesn't feel like it's you. Well, it is you, but it feels like there's an opposite. There's somebody involved that's of an earth sign or is going to be delivering some news to you or a message to you or coming to you with something, with an opportunity this month. So just be aware of that and be open to that. So for the feminine, we start off with the Seven of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles. the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Swords. For the masculine, we have the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, one of my favourites, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So crowning, the energy the masculine takes in, the energy the feminine takes in, the Root, we will turn over later. And as I said, bottom of the deck, Knight of Pentacles, feels like there's an earth sign coming to you with an opportunity or with some kind of thing. Some kind of message or opportunity or gift. Gift is the word I'm getting. Right, so feminine begins with the Seven of Cups. So I feel like she's a bit confused about this whole thing. She's not quite sure what's going on here. She doesn't know whether this is real or not. But what I'm getting is that this is actually her. The feminine isn't really, she doesn't know, she isn't sure in herself. And that's why she's perceiving that there isn't anything, she's not sure what's going on with the masculine. Because it really is just mirroring to her own doubt. So I feel like if there's circumstances where she feels like this isn't happening or whatever, or I'm not sure, it's swings and roundabouts, it seems this way but then it's the other way, the message is that that's your doubt. Because what's really going on over here with this masculine is this Page of Cups, which is he is the messenger of love, the innocent, beautiful offer of love. It is here, it is flowing, it is there for you 100%. Paired up with this Two of Cups, this is a soul connection. This is a deep soul connection. This is to see and be seen. This is real, this is true, this is powerful. And so I do feel like that becomes apparent very quickly. As soon as we allay and let go of our doubts and our fears about what's real and what's not real, and we're looking for the circumstances and the criteria to back up things, and we let go of that, and we follow our hearts, and we just become open, the feminine then can perceive this strong connection and this flow of love, and she embodies this Ten of Pentacles energy, which is fulfillment, can be marriage, legacy, family, community, coming together in a very powerful way, joining together in a powerful way, and really wish fulfillment, everything you want, dreams coming true. This is the real deal. It's come through a few times. And it will become apparent to you as soon as you put all your own doubts and fears to rest, feminine. The masculine is just feeling this immediately. You know, there's no blockage, there's no anything at all. He knows what this is. And he is ready to communicate it with this page. He really is, and he has no hesitation. He knows what this is, and he wants to go for it. I mean, this Two of Cups, then, you know, comes this Two of Pentacles, the infinity symbol, infinite love. You know, it even strengthens this Two of Cups, deep soulmate, very strong connection. It is strengthened by this kind of invincibility of this infinity symbol. It flows. It must move. It doesn't stay still. I think maybe this might be where some of the fear comes up, or the doubt for the feminine on the feminine side, is because there is a back and forth energy, but that's natural. That ebb and flow. That's how love moves. And so it's about not perceiving lack when we feel like it's moving away, or then perceiving that it's there when it's coming back, because it's always going to ebb and flow and move, and that's kind of the point of it. Otherwise we wouldn't know what it was. If there wasn't that movement, if it was just one thing, we wouldn't be able to perceive it. So don't resist either of those things, and don't make it mean that there isn't love there if you perceive that it's kind of flowing in the opposite direction sometimes. Or just his attention. And the masculine might feel like he's trying to juggle things a little bit too much if he feels like he needs to kind of please the feminine. He might just feel like he's juggling, but he's got it under control, because he's backed up with this very strong love here. The feminine third card she has is the Ace of Wands, and this is a very powerful, passionate card, intense card, and she is feeling quite a lot of, it's quite a phallic card and quite a sexual card, so there's a big strong sexual attraction here on the feminine side. And it feels like maybe it's not so pronounced in the masculine. He's more going with the flow with it. It's fertility, so I feel like there's a whole children thing, or fertility, or creativity, passing things on, legacy kind of thing going on here with the feminine, because these two cards kind of match up to tell that story. And I do feel like for the masculine, he's not really telling that story. That doesn't mean that the story isn't there, because it is. It's just he's more going with the flow and letting it happen organically, rather than having it in the forefront of his mind. Message for the feminine: don't be too quick to speak. Don't be too oversensitive. I feel like this card really very often represents when we're just a bit oversensitive, so we get a bit reactionary, and we don't think before we react, and we say things that can hurt one another sometimes. And so just be a little bit afraid of that, because I feel like she might perceive, because of this kind of flowing thing where she feels like she's got this kind of go, 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 and there's this flow on the other side, she might perceive that to be rejection, and then she may accidentally kind of react in a way that's quite painful. But it doesn't seem that the masculine is too reactive to that, because he has this Six of Cups, which is another beautiful card about a deep soul connection, past life connection, many lives connection, across the board, very, very connected in terms of souls. So he is very aware, consciously or not consciously, there's a solidarity to his understanding of the connection. So that's really great. Just feels good. Crowning is the Six of Pentacles. This is always about balance and give and take for me. So I feel like this month the theme quite a lot is going to be about this kind of flowing of things from one place to the other, and this giving and receiving and understanding and getting into the habit, or getting into the understanding of the way that the two of you give and receive to one another. And in the giving and receiving, you see, it's very important that sometimes we can feel as if we're giving, because we're giving what we would want to receive. And so we have this perception that we're giving and giving and giving, and nobody's kind of giving us anything back. But there may not be the perception from the other that you are actually giving, because it's like, if it's not of value to them, then it's not. So you might think that you're doing a lot of giving, but you're actually not, if you're not giving what somebody wants or what they perceive to be of value. So really it's about giving, really broadening our perspective and really thinking about what the other person actually would like to receive, and then giving from that place, rather than what we tend to do, which is just give what we want to receive. If it were me, then this is what I would want to give to myself, kind of thing, without even thinking. So there's just a little message there in terms of the giving and receiving. Because then I do believe we can give and receive to each other more efficiently. We can really give in a way that we are actually giving, being of value. There is something to be said about giving what you do please yourself as well, and very often we will attract the right people into our lives by just giving what we think we would enjoy, because that is our experience, that is kind of what we have, but you don't really have to worry about that. You're going to do that anyway. So maybe it's just about also trying to be a little bit more in depth about what you perceive the other person may want to receive. The energy the masculine brings in is death. So this is a big card of transformation. This kind of shifts things around quite a lot. It happens very often with these deep soul connections, soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, that it can be very enlightening. And that enlightenment process really is about kind of a rebirth. And so it can be a bit scary. It does feel a little bit as though the feminine energy here does push the masculine energy into this kind of transformation through this kind of death ending, which can feel quite affronting and can feel quite difficult. So again, I feel like that ties into that message about being aware about what people actually need. Because coming on full on when someone's feeling vulnerable, because it is a very vulnerable position to be kind of in this process of death and rebirth, it may not be taken well if you go in too strong, if you catch my drift. But that doesn't mean, there's a huge amount of love here. I mean, real, infinite, true love. Just be aware of that. And don't be afraid to be in death, masculine. Don't be afraid to die to this, to let go of everything you think you know about yourself, basically, in order to learn and expand and become more, because that's what these deep, true loves are about. The energy the feminine takes in is the 7 of Pentacles, sorry. So, the 8 of Pentacles, sorry. So, it feels like, there's kind of two messages. It feels like some people may be working too hard at trying to make this work, but as one message, but then there's another message that you will be needing to do some groundwork, on a practical level. And that means for this, and also kind of, I do feel like in the rest of life. So that is just that message there. I do feel as though the masculine energy will perceive from the feminine that there's a little bit too much. You don't need to work that hard, basically, or she's working too hard. Against this kind of death energy, because this death energy isn't really interested in work. It's too in depth in what it's doing. The root is the Ace of Pentacles, so this is just a huge opportunity this month for growth. Quite a lot of pentacles here on the feminine side, so there is a bit of a work, money angle here too, I feel. And here the 6, this is business, this can also be business, work, money, that kind of thing. More kind of emotional stuff going on for the masculine with these cups. And this death is a big deal. I do feel like we do need to give energy, that the masculine is the one actually with more going on because of this death card here. So it feels like we need to be more aware of the needs of the masculine for this month. So everyone needs to be aware of that. Yes, so let's take an outcome card. Outcome card is the 5 of Pentacles. So this is a little bit of a heads up, just to be aware that if you perceive lack, it's not real. There is no lack here. In this card, the 5 of Pentacles, these two people are feeling kind of desolate and out in the cold and a bit poor and ragged and ill or whatever. Any lack of anything, lack of money, lack of love, lack of health, it's not real. It's all here for the taking. You just need to kind of turn around, look up, see the light. Take a step round the corner into the warmth and the light. It hasn't gone anywhere. It never has. This is just a perception. If there's a perception of material lack here, there's big opportunity this month to rectify that in terms of your perception and your thinking. This message about giving and receiving works for that in that way too. How are you being of value? Are you actually being of value? Or are you doing a lot of work but not actually giving a lot of value? It's an interesting thing. Alright then, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Do share this with anybody that you feel would find it useful. Do watch your moon or rising sign as well to see how that resonates. Always follow your own heart, your own guidance, your own intuition. Lots and lots of love. Weekly Vimeo readings are available for general, masculine and feminine, and the monthly. Otherwise, have a great August, lots of love, and I'll see you again very soon.